Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us for another Miraclegroup meeting Tuesday night. So I just want to show one time around the room that is JJ's clubhouse. It's beautiful, decorated with Christmas, and today is St. Nicholas. And we are gathered here in complete joy. And we already started to fill in our page of the daily asking journal. And we talked in detail how to fill in this page over the last meeting, so you can always go back and see what we filled in. So let's just share some miracles after we pray.
Yes.
So how about we just make our circle? And we include you, everyone who is who is on Zoom with us. Thank you so much for joining us online. So let's close your eyes and just all of you just come here fully with your body, with your soul, with your mind. So take 3 deep breaths. So we inhale deeply and exhale fully. Inhaling all the love and exhaling everything that is yesterday and this past moment, that we are completely here in the now. And with these 3 deep breaths, we are connected. If you have yet to connect, just roll your eyes up slightly, even if they're closed. You can just roll them up a little bit, and it brings your instant connection. Connect to the light. Okay, Carissa, will you please pray for us?
My pleasure. Oh, dear Heavenly Father, we bow our heads in front of you in great expectation, Lord, that you have made us dominators of this earth, that you have told us that if we connect to you, that our wills will align, that your will is for us to succeed and to live abundantly. And it is for us to just polish our hearts and open our minds and polish our words and our thought processes to serve us and eliminate and allow anything less than that to go on. Tonight, Lord, we come before you studying Connect to the Light, connect to your light, God. You said you are the light of this world. And as we gather together and encourage each other in great harmony here on this wonderful season, Lord, show us that connection is rewarded every time. Again, you say, ask and you shall receive. You say, knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you shall find. For everyone who asks, receive. Thank you that we are professional askers here, that we gather and stand and have tenacity to continue our asking muscles, building them strong and letting you fulfill all the promises, over 3,000 promises you have for us in the Bible. Oh Lord, that we call each of them in, and that our divine purpose is clear to us, and that our inheritance is asked for by each of us, as you have such a beautiful inheritance set up for each of us. Amen.
Amen. Okay, and it's called Miraclegroup meeting, so let's share some miracles. And so I just had, like, last Saturday, a continuation of a miracle. I know some of you know from the mastermind group know my story about my pretzel buns.
Oh, yes.
And remember when I first asked for pretzel buns, I asked for all of them. I wanted to have the ones for the hamburgers plus for the hot dogs. So since my detour, when I exited the highway late and drove straight into Target and bought my hamburger pretzel buns that were labeled pretzel buns right there at Target with a detour of like only 13 minutes, and I was still super on schedule for my next meeting. So I was thinking, okay, now we are missing the long one.
Second one is we went out to dinner for Ashley's birthday, and they had pretzel buns in the bread basket.
And they had the long ones. However, I wanted to have them for my hot dogs. So I was still my story has to continue here. I'm still receiving my pretzel buns, the long ones. So on Saturday, I was in a parking lot of at a First Watch, and Sprouts was right next door. So I went into Sprouts, and they have everything there.
Oh,
They had the
that's
long
gummy bears.
pretzel buns, they had the round pretzel buns, they had all kinds of pretzel buns. And meanwhile, at the dollar store, they even had the pretzels. So now I know in store where to receive all my pretzels now.
Yes.
So just recording here for all of you and sharing that all of the askings came to be. It was like a step-by-step process, and I was still open to continue to receive. And we said like, oh yeah, now even with me sharing this, you will receive so many pretzel buns. So enjoy. So yeah, so that's my fun. And Teresa, what's your?
Yeah. Okay. We'll go around the room this way. That's awesome. Yes, I've had a lot of really wonderful experiences and great miracles coming into fruition, happening very rapidly, and happy to announce that we're on our final. We've asked for the My Story workbook to be complete, and we are getting that complete. So Sylvie's got that in print as our first copies coming in. So that's really a miracle. It was to see something from just a thought, and then the dream to a thought, the thought to some words, and the words to be printed up and actually bound in a nice blue book for all of us. So that is a big miracle. And I got my flowers, my bushes removed, my flowers planted since we last met, a beautiful, huge garden. My trees are trimmed. So I'm really excited. And then my daughter did a miraculous Christmas display in my house, even put up some Christmas drapes, and it's professionally done from one side of the house to the other. So that is just so great. She's an art student, to see how a real designer does Christmas. And what a joy that is, right? To have that all happening, just miracle after miracle. So it's staying in your dream, playing in your dream, seeing it unfold every single day into the joy that you had. So that's why our asking in detail and staying in that miracle. It's so beautiful to see. And again, have a group. My sisters and Sylvie and I, we get together every Wednesday. Please have more than just this group, that you're creating miracles over and over and over. It's just the way to go, because you get so much accomplished. All right, Cindy, give us a miracle.
I did have a miracle this week. I wanted my stickers for my car, and I bought out my lease, and it wasn't put together correctly. And Chris and I worked on it, and
the very next morning.
You can't do it the first time or the second time or the third time.
Playing it some more.
But I did get the stickers, and they overnighted them to me. So
yeah. So from our asking,
I'm legal now.
Yeah. It was the very next morning that we received them, from our asking to receiving them. So that was so that beautiful.
Was great.
Absolutely.
Hi. Hello. I love when things kind of interweave. My asking was more acro community and relationships, creating new friends and things like this. But ironically, I mean, this is on both occasions, there's kind of a life shift. On one end, my uncle passed away on Thanksgiving, and I actually felt him like during Thanksgiving. I'm like, this is such a powerful time for me. So anyway, that's a long story, but the beautiful thing is I was able to reach out to my cousins that I've kind of been estranged with for a few years. And it was so nice to restart that friendship and that relationship. And so they reinvited me to their Zoom event and that sort of thing. So I can be there and not miss it. And then similar story, my friend's wife passed away 3 weeks ago. And he was kind of sad, and you know, he's my other acro partner friend, and he has a daughter, 11 years old. So I've been like trying to get him, you know, to do stuff with friends. So last Saturday, I invited him and his daughter to meet with another small group of friends to meet in the park. Anyway, so we had a great time, but then we ended up at my other friend's house, and she brought her daughter, and so he brought his daughter, she brought her daughter, and so they made a connection through that
Aw,
while
group
we
of
all got to
friends.
play. So it was just so nice to support someone else while supporting the greater community. And out of that, I got to do my first 2 hand-to-hands. That means nothing to anybody, but it's doing a handstand on someone's hand on their back,
Okay.
while they're laying down on their back. And I just have not had anybody do that with. Not only that, I had 2 people I got to do that with. So I'm like, oh my Lord, so
New friends?
making faces. So, and then the last thing is I wanted to manifest like an ongoing partner. And last night after my class, my friend reached out and says, hey, do you want to keep training more than once a week so that we can do advanced stuff? And, so that's
It's
my
all
joy.
it's all coming.
Yeah.
Rolling
And
it.
Grateful for my job, making new clients, and I'm starting to get some new Thai clients, and now it's just figuring out how to be more mindful with scheduling and being happy with that.
When you figure that all out, let the rest of us.
Oh,
Like texting and driving and
That's my
moving
big
it.
figure out. Anyway, thank you.
I'm sorry. My name is Yana. So my miracles to share. I got my bonuses and I got my pay raise.
Early. That's
Thursday.
great.
Well, it was supposed to be around like maybe middle December or so, more or less, but it happened sooner. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
I welcome it. So yeah, that was actually today.
Okay.
Wow.
To be exact.
So
yeah.
yes, so she
That
got
was
us all
really
asking for bonuses.
I was asking for that. I was asking for a pay raise, and I just realized last time I forgot to put the pay raise. Maybe I put it
Today.
sometime before.
Okay. Oh, you did, yeah.
But anyways, I got both.
Okay.
So I didn't get like.
You did. You said $3
Yeah,
or
you did.
something. You did say it.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Did I?
Yeah. How much did you get?
Half of it.
Okay. So
But
see,
it's
now go
okay.
back in the dream
Yeah.
for the other half.
Exactly. So
It's beginning.
It is a beginning, yeah. But it's great considering that like a lot of people lost their jobs after hurricane and stuff. And
Yeah. So you're
They lost
you're
one of
halfway
the-
there plus a bonus.
Well, I mean, like we were not expecting first anything to get because they lost one store, which
Uh-huh.
is third of their income overall for the company. But we've been doing really good last month and a half. So
Good. Oh, good.
you deserve it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy to hear about the bonus. It made us all
Feels
smile.
good, like keeps going.
I still have bonus in mind. I got to think through what bonus I got.
Yeah.
I got Cindy.
Yeah.
That's
a bonus.
That is a bonus.
By the way,
Yeah.
we're not together.
That's a huge bonus.
Even comes with food.
Good sandwiches.
Can we
soup.
make that?
Awesome. Super sandwiches.
I was thinking about bringing something tonight. Next time I
It was a good bonus.
All
Okay.
right. Who's next?
I had an envelope with money waiting for me at my job. It was kind
All
of
right.
Yeah.
Nice. You did get your
Yeah.
bonus. We all wrote bonuses in.
Yeah. I love bonuses.
It's a bonus.
So my name is James Stephen. My performing name is Jamie Mack, and I love to do all kinds of music. And I just had a beautiful, beautiful experience on Sunday playing for it's supposed to be a little gathering of people in Bonita Springs. It turns out it was actually like country club, bunch of 125 people. I thought it was going to be like a handful of people, and I wasn't. Well, I was preparing to play, and then I had all of a sudden it was like this whole massive group of people, 150 people, and it's like okay, and it was amazing because when I walked in, it was like startling, like wow, I'm going to play for all these people because I hadn't played for any Christmas parties really, and my spirit just kicked in, and it was like all of a sudden I got excited and pumped up, and I just raced into it, and whatever the fear hesitation was just gone. I just was sporting with people, and then so that was really nice. And then
And everybody had a good time.
everybody had a good time, and the lady that brought me on board passed the tip thing around, got a bunch of a lot of tips,
Good.
and then she gave me a
bonus.
email.
It's for bonuses.
Bonus is that she contacted me. She told me that it was really great and everybody loved it. And I said, well, that's fantastic. So she sent me a picture and said, can you give me a recommendation for my work? I said, yeah, we'll get right on it. So
Oh, great.
it was just a really beautiful experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So I'm grateful for that.
Yes.
That's a big crowd. So
Yeah, it was fun.
good job.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
speaking,
you
speaking of
vacation
bonus,
report.
yeah, we went to Mexico. The trip was perfect. We wrote everything in alignment to be perfection and easy, and it was. The weather was amazing, and just the whole vacation was great.
And you got to
Um,
rest. You said
And we
rest.
get to rest.
And you did
yes.
things with Oscar.
We did things
Ah.
correct. It
Yeah.
was nice.
Those are the two things
We
asked,
slept
but yeah.
in and rested. It was really
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
And then what miracle happened actually was really funny. Oscar and I went to a spa and we said, hey, can we get a massage? And the girl goes, yeah, we have one right now. And it was for 15-minute massages was $350 with the discount for $15. I mean, for 15 minutes each. And both of us looked at it and I said,
What?
I don't know if I can pay that. As a massage therapist, I'm like,
Right,
I
right.
don't know if I can pay that. For 15 minutes, like 15 minutes is just not enough.
Yeah,
For a
yeah,
full
yeah.
body
Yeah.
massage. It's like a tease. So I'm like,
Yes, it
and
is.
that's a lot of money for a 15-minute massage. So it was a miracle because I run out. I said, Oscar, I need to go check with the front desk. I swear to God, they told me that there's a discount. So I run to the front desk and they said, no, there's no discount. There is only for Swedish. I said, I don't want Swedish. This lady turns around and says, girl, we got the best massages for $35 each. My husband and I, you have to go to the spa. She hands me the card. I said, thank you, exactly what we needed. And we did ended up going twice to these people.
Oh,
And they were
that's great.
amazed.
What a discount is
We
that?
walked
Like
over down the
90%.
beach. So bonus.
That's awesome.
Got a bonus and got amazing massages twice. So
Oh, beautiful.
so yeah, it would turn out just perfect. We'll go back there again because those girls were just incredible. So we supported the locals and
Yeah.
at the
I
same
love
time
that.
it
Yeah.
was just lovely. So so that was my miracle.
That was
You
a
know.
miracle.
100%.
Where was that in Mexico?
In Puerto Vallarta.
Okay.
It's
Nuevo
amazing.
Vallarta, Puerto Vallarta. Turned out good.
Food was good.
Hey, huh?
Food was nice.
Food was great. Everything was like
Yeah.
perfect. Everything I wrote down
Yeah.
was perfection. Like, yeah, that was great.
Okay.
Next one is coming up.
Yeah.
Goals.
Gotta write up the next vacation.
Yeah. Details. You guys need to just write down vacation.
There you go.
Right?
To start with.
I'm Yesenia, and my miracle that I had asked for about a month ago, I'd been talking about getting a new job, and I was laid off. And now today is when they told me that I got the new job, and I start Tuesday, and it's everything I wanted.
And you got to go on a vacation too.
I got to go on a vacation too. When it,
Two vacations.
yeah, when no work, go on vacation. So that was
Good.
awesome. So yeah, and actually,
When
one
your
of the
sister got everything done that she wanted.
She did. She
Okay.
did. Yeah, that
Beautiful.
was good. But one of the big perks of this job is because of tax season, we get to work extra hours. Anything over the 40 hours of regular
Mhm.
stuff, the first thing is they pay you in vacation time. And then anything over that is monetary bonus. So it's like, yes, give me
Bonuses.
time. Money. I love it. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's really good. So yeah,
Oh, beautiful.
that was me.
What do you do?
Only
Accounting. In the group of accounting. Terry does tax stuff
That's
and you do accounting. Mhm.
Okay. Anyone online that has a miracle to share with us? You can just unmute. Patricia, is there any miracle you want to share?
Yes, I don't know if am I unmuted?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so it's just, this is the big one. And I sent an email to Sylvie and Carissa about this one. In the spring, my daughter was talking about wanting to have a baby. She's 40 years old, has a very low fertility number. She had a fertility testing done a couple of years ago. Very low fertility number. Her friend, Hillary, is 48. And Hillary and her husband have been trying IVF for a while without success. So in the spring, I started writing healthy babies for Amanda and Hillary. Their babies are due the same week.
wow.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you
That's
for
a
sharing.
miracle. Wow.
Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it.
Back on us. Okay. So lots of miracles, and we continue to ask. We ask in so many groups and ways, and so yeah. Thank you for sharing all of your beautiful, beautiful things. And I know there's more and better. And so everything that you wrote down now in your asking page, we of course we witnessed that.
We
and
second the
we
motion.
second the motion from all of us here in the room and all of us on Zoom. So give you a page around, have someone else initial. And in the mastermind meeting, we also fill in the back of the daily asking journal, whole page, because we
So
know
that'll
it
be
works.
in our mastermind. And again, we're asking that you start the habit of daily journaling, even if you're just putting one word in every box. It's the muscle that we're building.
Thank you.
Mhm. And the dream is the dream team. And I see some of us from our advanced mastermind group are here, and we are committed to each other to asking daily. And that is just putting things in the boxes that you can.
Okay, so now that everyone got second energy, we can move to today's topic.
Yeah.
So last Miracle Group meeting, we talked about the whole book, Ask and You Shall Receive. And Ask and You Shall Receive has a 9-step method to consciously create. And from this 9 steps, I guess the most important step to start with is the first one. So we have a whole book on step number 1, connect to the light. Because we are like electrical devices, we are energy, and we have to connect first in order that energy can flow through us. Energy and love and power and everything. So connect first.
Right. And so the dream of this book, Connect to the Light, was that God said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. And that's when we get that, we're like, okay, what does first mean? First means set everything aside and get there first. And this is the confidence we have in approaching God, that we ask for anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we have asked of him, right? So this asking group that we have here, going forth in that much confidence, that once we know that we've asked, it's already done, it's already given. Gosh, that's so much confidence. And that's why getting back into your dreams, whether it's the pretzel buns, like Sylvie's reminding us, or it's getting a bonus. Now, do you see how you received half the bonus? So what are you going to do about that? You're going to ask for the other half. You see that? And more.
Coming back for more.
That's right. You're coming back for more. So this group is here to encourage you to go back into your dream. If you had gotten one baby, go back in and ask for the second baby, if that's what it is. If you've gotten one vacation, go in and ask for the 5 more. So we're here to encourage to be excited about what we've gained, that we're satisfied. And then from that satisfaction, we're going back in, and then just check your connection and go back in and go back in and go back in. And that's the fun. And when we say to get something accomplished, sometimes it's 3 or 4 phone calls, or you go there even to get a prescription filled or to pick up the vitamins at the store. You might go there and then you come home and then you go back to pick it up later, and then come back home to use it. So it's amazing that it is about this back and forth a bit. It's playing in it. It's showing up for yourself. It's a tenacity. That's my favorite word. And the people who get regimented are the people who have the wealth, the health, the happiness, because they put this regiment and they're willing to go back in and go back in and go back in. So often we ask for the sandwich and we're like, oh, we got that sandwich, and it's literally just bread and cheese. And now you're like, okay, how about we go back and we ask them for some more layers to our sandwich, some more filling. And that's the joy of going back in. And so Connect to the Light and the daily asking journal, it's going back in and filling again those declaration pages, and those declaration pages are to keep you dreaming. So we started, and you see, you got excited about the momentum, and now you're like, wow. And most people say, oh, that was it, and that's the conclusion. And we're saying that's the beginning. That's the encouragement that I got a bonus. Now I'm going to go for more and go for next year's bonus. And maybe now I'm going to change that they have twice a year bonuses in my company.
So they do. Now I'm gonna ask for 3.
There you go. 3 times a year bonuses. Or when you do a special cool thing, you know, there's these cool bonuses that you can get too. So
And birthday gifts.
Yes, and gift cards. What, you know, it's so wonderful. So connect, and that's a miracle story that one of our Miracle Group members, she was wishing to buy this daily asking journal, and she said, oh, $20 when she went on Amazon. She looked, she said, okay, God, $20. And she got to work, and they had given her an Amazon gift card that day for $20. So just go in and play, and whatever bonus or whatever we can believe in, but so yet connect to the light is the inspiration of that first step. And we wrote it really short and asking you to receive. It's 4 or 5 pages, the whole chapter on it. So then we came and we said, how are the ways that we can connect? And so throughout the day, you're going back into your dream, you're checking that connection. There's so many different ways of asking. There's so many different ways to connect: the praising and the prayer and the excitement and the gathering like this, and the encouragement. That's all part of this connection, because we're showing up for ourselves. We're showing up with our askings. We're playing in our dream. We're helping each other dream their dream. So just by being here, we all remember that you're ready for this new job. And it gives us great joy that you came back from a great vacation, you know, and we can all dream about our great vacation. We can all dream about our great next position. And you just gave her a new thing to dream about: time bonus. Vacation time bonus paid for. There's a new bonus to dream of. So we're helping each other create our dream by listening to what other people are winning. And oh, if they won that, I can ask for that and win that also. So if one person has run a race in a certain amount of time, everybody can run that race in that time or better. So listen, feel, get excited about the joys of each other. And that's what Connect to the Light really is about, that be fully present. And when we're fully connected to God in all the different ways, and when we do these books, please fill in your book, highlight it. There's exercises, there's little pads and boxes. Fill in what it is that your answers to every single thing. Every book that we have, my goals, my monthly goals. If you've written in this book, write it again in the next book, write it again in the next book as fast as you can, because as we can see every week we get together, our goals get bigger. So even though we wrote down a bonus, now you're going in and you're going to get a time bonus on top of the money bonus. So when we have all these monthly goal pages and all that, just keep writing, keep the sandwich going, layer after layer after layer, and go back in, and that's the joy we have here.
Sometimes not just that, like what I realize when I'm writing that, it's like, okay, you know, like for example, I want the bonus, and I want the bonus to be that. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Like I actually want the bonus that is not just like a bonus, but it's also like promising that I'm getting another pay raise eventually. If I, you know, like you put your thoughts into sentences and creating, like you're actually like destroying it into pieces to see what actually you want. It's not just that bonus, it's more behind that bonus.
Yeah, the feeling behind the bonus.
Feeling behind the bonus.
The achievement
that you knowing that you are going to keep going up, not staying there, because what's the point?
Yeah, so it's all like, the addition, it's the additional
it's like
components.
It's like 8 parameters. Sometimes I'm like having hard time. Okay, wow, 8 parameters to get something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all you know is like, I want this. Well, how do you actually want that to happen? Mm-hmm. Like all the little steps, they're very important.
Yes, because like, each one is a joy.
You, like as a person, and sometimes it reminds you of what you have to do, like what's your next step.
Yes, so they can also be we call it parameters, but it can also be consideration steps, inspirations, right? So it gets more juicy as you write down, and then you start oh, I really desire this. When you were writing about your vacation, JJ, that was right. You got
good weather. having
Good weather. Yes, the good weather and the calm and the relaxing. Yeah. So
And we fill in the background. So it's like when you have a painting, instead of just having like the forefront, like what you're painting, you're filling in the sides, you're filling in the sky, you're filling in the ground. You make it like even 3-dimensional, you know, that you can feel it and touch it. And so with like when we started, I realized about myself that I did a lot of creations, and I say 2-dimensional. So I only thought about this one thing that I really wanted. And then it came and I was like, wow, now I have what I really wanted. However, I have to make this extra step and recreate it now because I had to think about the rest around it. So there was zero background, it was all white. And then you have to you have two options. You know, you can like start over, or you have to go in and play a new dream and do the background. And so for everyone starting a new idea, I just encourage you to go in and create it all. And Carissa has a favorite story about that.
Oh, with when we started Receive Joy, it was so beautiful. The gentleman who helped me get like the rights to the name and all that, his wife and I were sitting down, and they drove all the way from Cape Coral. She came in and she said, okay, we have to create something for my son. And let's create that because they were separated at the time and they had 2 children. Oh, let's create that they're happily married and that they have more children and that they continue on and have good jobs and all this. And she was going like this. And we were laughing because when we got together for her birthday a few months later, they were there dancing. So I saw them on the dance floor. They're having a great time in celebration. She's pregnant with another child, right? And all this. And Rita's sitting right next to me, and it's Rita's birthday. And she says, gosh, we should have created more like a bigger house and retirement income. You know, the education funds paid for, college.
Future football.
Yes, right. But she says, I'll be driving back down to your house. We got to get back into that creation now. We got to make it for size. We got to really make it what it should have been in the beginning. And that's when we started realizing, wow, we got so excited that we got that one little creation, and now let's go back in and massage it. So
yeah, I remember after the last hurricane, like we were so excited to create screens.
The screens, yeah.
And then finally, I mean, we really created it out of thin air directly from God, the screen. And then Carissa was happily driving it around for days. And then my question was like, really? So now the screen in a car. So maybe we should create someone who puts it up, right?
Yeah. So
I mean, that was over 5 years ago.
It's a great thing, though.
The extra thought that we have. I
said to Sylvie, I'm just having so fun looking in my rear view mirror and seeing these long boxes of screen. I'm going to play in this for 2 days. I am just going to look in my rear view mirror and get so high-fiving God that he gave me some screen in the middle of the hurricane and there was zero screen anywhere. Then I'll get to the putting it up and I'll ask that. So sometimes we want to digest the $1.50 out of the $3 an hour raise. We want to be so happy with the $1.50. What am I going to? I'm going to buy an extra coffee, this week, or whatever. That's my $1.50 raise. So play with it. If it's for 2 days, that's fine. Go back in then and get it put up right away. So I gave myself the 2 days to be totally satisfied with the $1.50 or just the screen, and then getting it up. And then actually this hurricane, the same gentleman showed back up that very day and put the screen up from the same role 5 years later. Had zero talking to him since 5 years ago at the last hurricane. He shows up, rings my doorbell and says, here I am to put your screen up. And I said, I think it's still in the garage. And I just went back to that dream from 5 years ago immediately. So you see, remember that all this we create in our books, that's still sitting there ready to be revisited at the next hurricane or the next raise or the next dream that you have.
The pretzel bumps keep
the pretzel bumps just right. So understand that these books, and Sylvie and I, we bound them for you so you can have them on your shelf. We have a whole big collection of them, and it becomes your life's dreams, and you're still dreaming them. You're gonna, you're at this new job, right? you plan on working for a little bit more, right?
Mhm.
So there's a possibility that this dream is a stepping stone to even more.
And you
of
can
your
beautifully
joy.
label them.
Yeah.
That's
So,
noticing.
and then the dream is you just take a Sharpie and on the spine, just write the year or
Or
the
your
month,
label maker.
or your label maker. Yeah, I just take a Sharpie, a black Sharpie, and then I have them all standing there next to each other. So the gift of connect to the
different
life
sticker.
light is it's step number 1. So I'm going to let Sylvie, since she's more methodical, go through and ask the questions and explain. So that was my dream, that there will be the 9-step method. There'll be 9 complete books, one for each step.
Isn't there a lot to do with the belief of power of your belief also, and the value that you bestow upon yourself? Like
Yeah,
if you create
worthiness.
like
the
if
word.
you think you're worth only this much, then you only create this much. If you believe you're worth more, and that's your own belief,
Right.
Mhm.
you actually create more.
It says in the Bible, as you believe,
As you
shall
believe.
it be. Yeah.
So that's
we
why
always-
the connection is so important.
Yeah. And also a group, a community that we up our beliefs, and then asking and receiving builds the receiving muscle, the asking muscle and the receiving muscle. Because when you see, so basically sometimes we have this idea of, wow, it happens for everyone else. What about me? This is one of the questions
Questions
we
that we
always
get, yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yes.
And then,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So however, when you see a group like this, and I can go around and everyone can
See their win.
tell us a miracle. And even if it's something super, super small they ask for.
Like caught the big fish. Betsy was with us on Monday.
Yeah, so that's why I'm keeping the record for each and every one of us as well, because from experience over the last 6 years, as long as we're doing that, I know that in 2-3 years, people will still come to me. What about my miracles? I have yet to receive. And I'm like looking at them. Really, I have a whole record of like what you received actually. So we tend to
move on.
Yeah, we tend to move on. So it's so powerful to have these books and actually writing every day down, even if it's the smallest parking spot, because it already shows you're building your receiving, you're building your muscle to receive. So and then in a group like this, we share, and then we are excited about the bonuses and the big miracles and the small miracles, the same, right. Because it's all, for God, it's all the same. So our intent here is like really to open your eyes, open your mind, open your ears to actually see that the delivery came already. So sometimes, so nowadays, in the old times, they rang the doorbell when a package was being delivered. You opened the door, you actually had a conversation with a person delivering the package. And nowadays,
sign for it.
Yeah. And now, once you go out again, you stumble over everything that you ordered because it's just sitting there, right? So the idea is the same with our miracles. They're sitting there. Are we going out and stumbling over them? Are we seeing them? Are we actually having the extra thought of, wow, and going back? So what did I actually ask for?
And then encouraging each other, right on that point, Sylvie, of the reason we bring up and we gather in 2 or 3, gather in my name, there I shall be also, is to remind each other. So my sister had an obstacle, she thought for a moment, her illusionary obstacle. And she said, oh, I would love my son to get this scholarship so that he could get some special care in his college. And it was like a $2,500 desire. And it seemed big in that day, that Wednesday at noon when we were speaking. And I said, oh, do you remember when you created something 5 years ago that my daughter came to visit your daughter and she was at camp and my daughter got the scholarship? And all I had said to my sister was, hey, your daughter's going to camp. Will you just call and see if there's a spot for my kid? And when she called for the spot, there was 1 spot left for the kid who came the furthest. We're in Naples, Florida, and they live in Northern California. Wow. So my daughter, there had 1 spot left and she got a full scholarship for the spot. So I said, go into this dream just the way you went in. And I thought they were going to a camp, and they went to a very special event for the best student in every school. So they only took, then they met with the governor and all this and the mayor. And And so I thought it was just camp that they were going to. So I went, just ask. And so she went. So you just got the phone and asked. I said, just call up that school, and I'm here to stand as a witness that just like you did that, you're just going to call that and say, I think you might have a scholarship. And she did. She called up and the lady goes, yes, of course I have a scholarship for you. And within 5 minutes of us getting off the phone, she had the $2,500 scholarship. Once again, from years ago, same action, same belief, got something bigger this time. So go remind each other. You got that one. You got that $1.50 bonus. Go for the $150 bonus. You know, an hour. Okay. So we're here to help encourage each other. That's connecting to the light. God, it's all God's belief. Yes, it's all God's. Yeah. Go back in and you know, here it is that we can encourage each other every single day and remind each other, you received, you'll receive more. Go back in, believe.
And another thought on that is also, for God, you are the same as your neighbor. So he loves everyone the same. He gives to everyone the exact amount that
they desire, that they ask for.
Exactly. So he gives to you. So why are you so special that you are the only one blocking yourself from your miracles? If you wish to have the belief that I'm the only one staying out of the miracle zone, then stay out of the miracle zone. However, we invite you here to step into the miracle zone and actually open the doors and receive all of it, because it's already given, and the only thing that separates us is us, and it's our belief. Absolutely. Yeah. And we know there's like different steps to be taken. Right. And so we start with step number 1, and this is our connection. So, and we all have a different kind of approach how to connect. We all feel it in a different way. And you know, sometimes you're more connected than other times. So I just invite you to really feel into yourself and notice when you're connected that you can recreate this kind of experience. And there are different ways that work always. So one of the ways I said in the beginning that are like really amazingly fast in connection is just roll your eyes up a little bit. You know, like kind of you're looking up in the sky, and with this kind of motion, your brain gets the hint of going into theta waves. And this is the connection wave. Yeah. So when we close our eyes, and then you roll it up a little bit and imagine that there's a light source maybe 300 feet above you, and then you take 3 deep breaths. That's an instant connection. Yeah. And even like saying it out loud, God, I welcome you here. I welcome connected. You. I'm ready. Yes.
It's interesting.
I'm willing, able.
When I do energy work on this one gentleman, which you know, Brad, like spiritual teacher, he rolls his eyes. All I see is the whites. That's what happened. Yeah, I see the whites, and I'm like, and he looks like Jesus, and I'm like, I know he's not dead, and I know but he's gone. And then he wakes up and he's like, I don't know where I was, but I was gone. But for me, you're right.
And his eyes roll up.
He knows.
You can see his eyes roll up. Yeah, that's so interesting.
It's just, it's amazing.
And that's why we always say, look up at the sky, because it is the kind of thing for your brain to switch into connection.
So each of our books, if you have noticed, that they all start with look up in the sky. So that's our first words on all the books, every book we write. Oh,
it actually actively says.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting?
In each of the books.
Even the doctors
our
say
book.
that when we walk outside, that we should, to hit the happiness hormone, we need to look up into the sun. Like, even if you stare at, like, it doesn't have to be directly, but look up into the sun and look at it at least for 10 to 20 seconds. What happens is your brain literally lights up.
Right. And so this just shows you, like, how did we come up with this look up in the sky? Everything's inspired on the books. So please read them, because how that even came to Sylvie and I, we're just common ladies, right? Yeah. It was all inspired.
Funny. Sometimes every word. Like, when did we write that? Yeah. Like, why are we writing it? And what did you write it? You told me.
When I look at the sun, I think that the meaning of son of God,
Yes,
that's
Yeah.
exactly
of course it
That's
is.
what I always think.
Because
of,
he
like,
says, I am the light of the
I'm the
world.
light of the world.
And again, when we allow this connection, we
Mhm.
let the light in, and guess what happens? When the light's in, you're in total peace. So when we all put down that we're asking for peace, most of us are calm or whatever. That's just, there's another word for saying that you're now connected to the light, so that peace will be throughout. And shalom is just that, peace. Peace be with you. We say that in a lot of different formats, but so yet think of that. If you're connected, that light of Christ is in you and the peace is permeating out of every cell of your body. So connection is the number one thing. And we've got go ahead and just read, I think if you just read some of the
I want to
ways.
I'm going through it. So so the next point also is when you know that God loves you exactly how you are, you can love yourself because he loves you. I mean, why is God making a mistake with anything about you?
He also created you perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
Perfect.
with total reason. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And plan.
so the next step for us,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, life is happening for us.
Although change that, there isn't such a thing really as a flaw.
Well, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
the unique points.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And we are here to have experiences
Unique
and we
points.
wish to have the
have a lot of
emotions of it all. So
Yes, unique, wonderful.
yeah. So once you accept yourself and step into the self-love, so learn everything you can about yourself. So know yourself. And we always say, know thyself. It says in the Bible, right? So the My Story workbook that will be next, I mean,
Yeah.
we are so excited to fill it in because it gives us such a great opportunity to know each other and also to know what's on my heart. And Jana made a good point, you know, like writing down what you want. It really gives it,
Crystallizing your thoughts.
Yes.
really,
gives you an
like,
idea.
Yes, that
making it
crystallizing.
clear.
Yeah.
It's not clear sometimes.
And
Okay,
it's-
all I know is this I want, but how does that put, you know, does it fit into this universe right now? Like, you have to have these things around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
the
we can
easiest
choose
way
new
is
in
to
every
just answer
moment.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, and it can be new in every moment. So the thing is, so we and we always laugh about the saying, you know, like, oh, to be totally honest with myself. What else? So why do I do the opposite?
Uh-huh.
So in our group, yes, we are honest to ourselves, and so then we go to the next step. When we know ourselves, we know why we are here, we know what makes our hearts sing. And in the last meeting, we talked about our mission statement. So in this book, we go back into the mission statement, even in more detail with a lot of questions. So since we did it last time, we skipped to the next thing, that is feeling the connection. And I love this point of feeling the connection, because like when I started with all of it, I had to ask. I really had to ask God to show me, like in a way that I can see, that I can understand, that I am connected, and when there is truth. So I asked God to, I mean, first asking is like, please show yourself in front of me, that we have a conversation that I can actually understand, that I can be completely in my belief. So can I be in faith and belief with zero visibility? So he gave me the opportunity to feel. So I'm receiving goosebumps, like really super goosebumps all over my body. And I know that a lot of you receive goosebumps when there's truth there right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is a sure way of connection, having the bodily sensations. So other bodily sensations can be gut feeling. So you know when something is right. You know when something repels you and you wish to walk the opposite way. And then, or when something sits on your chest, when something feels a little awkward, or when your throat is closing up, or you receive confusion in your mind. So just make an extra conscious awareness step here for the next 2 weeks, maybe, and just know and notice how your body reacts when you're connected. And we played a really fun exercise on Monday during our Million to Millionaires meeting, how we can know our truth and how we can know the opposite. So when you actually just tell yourself, yes, 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 and do it for a moment, yes, 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 you feel where you feel it in your body. So, and then you can reverse engineer it. Then when you know the feeling in your body, then you know exactly it's your yes or the opposite. So you also play it with the opposite, no, 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 and you will actually feel where it comes in your body. So play that with yourself, just that you are super sure about what is your yes, what is your no, because like most of it goes back to decision making, and we ask ourselves and others, okay, what decision am I making here? And we know our body, our connection shows it all. So we have the kinesiology testing we can use, either with the swaying or with the hands. So look it up if you are yet to be familiar with that.
There's
or pendulum.
rods, pendulum, right?
So you know that everything is already in you. We say the seed is already there. The all-knowing, you're connected to the field, you're connected to the higher, and the Holy Spirit knows the exact way from birth to passing to the next experience, and has a bird's eye view about the whole map laid out, and we are standing there, and maybe the road is clear, maybe there are some obstacles we are seeing, and we know that our inner guidance system will help us to navigate. So we have to be connected for that.
And that's probably self-love is the key to that, because when you're authentic, and really I've noticed that you are in the space of approval of self and grateful for who you are because God made you. What happens is you don't need anybody's approval, and the decision making becomes very easy. You hear yourself much more clearly. When we're always trying to get approval because we don't trust ourselves, don't believe in ourselves, what happens is we're always looking for answers outside. But when you approve of yourself and you're in that space of alignment, you're connected to God directly, and the answers are always right there. So clear.
So you know when you're aligned with the self or for the future you ask for, because you know where you wish to head. Your ideal self knows, or your spiritual self knows really well. And when you're aligned, like, and the self-love definitely helps with that, with the alignment. Then
self-approval.
We make decisions according to where we wish to be heading. It's like the same with the GPS. When you drive your car and you're super sure you are, like you're a driver, you hit the gas pedal, so you know the speed. When the GPS tells you right, then if I'm sure about myself and I know I can turn the steering wheel to the right, I'm driving to the right. If I'm like, oh, what's going on, then I drive to the left, and then it's rerouting, confusion, right? So self-love definitely helps with this. Absolutely.
Yeah. I've been gifted this gift of awareness. It's everything we're talking about. I mean, I'm welcoming this conversation because I'm bringing it back to myself, because this is what I do 24 hours a day, like for the last 20 years already, but for others. Like, I stretch people, I move people, I know where they're holding tension when they're not breathing, I know when they're not using their intuition. And my thing has always been about, when have we lost connection? How have we lost connection? When have we been so distracted with all of the things? Because a lot of people don't know that they don't know. And so I've just been so immersed. My passion is waking people up and showing them like this stuff. But it's also really hard for me to present that to them. But it's also really easy at the same time. I don't know how to articulate it, but I guess everything that we're talking about is aligning with my life's purpose of this, me being the vehicle of helping others connect with their bodily awareness, where they
So I love your words. Say it again. Me being the vehicle.
Yes.
That's it.
Tat, Yana. Yana means vehicle. Tat means truth.
Right. So you've got to be it
But
as the example.
Just
That's
a
it.
vehicle.
Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah.
So yeah, me being
Yeah.
the vehicle.
Yeah.
I read you.
So it's
And
all
trust
about the you.
myself
You see, again,
more,
that's
yes.
self love. So because the idea is the world, to really do anything is to let the world fall away. And that's, and to let the
Yes.
world fall
And
away.
stop the illusion of pleasing others.
Right. So it's you're the vehicle, and it's the self in there. That's the spiritual out here self watching this being self sitting in this chair. And again, remember that. So when you want to bring people anywhere, the fact is, stop.
Yeah, it's like
You're
not my
bringing you
business.
to, yes, it's none of your business. Your business is bringing you to where you desire to be and living there in joy. And when you're there on your mountaintop,
Yeah.
Sylvia and I laugh whenever we're like, oh, we see something, we're like, stay on your mountain, stay on your mountain. Right? So the dream is, remind yourself to get back on your mountain. You know, Moses was up on the God's mountain, right? Stay up on God's mountain. When we're connected to God, you're alone on that mountain with God. He's speaking to you in the burning bush, or however the voice is coming out in the mouth of the cave. Get back on your mountain. And so we're here to live on our mountain. And when we look so shiny and happy and joyful, people will actually sit and watch you live on your mountain and get an idea of how they could live on theirs.
And it all
So-
starts, especially for you, with the understanding, yes, I have a right to be here. I chose to be here, and God and I, we are here for this mission. So
Yeah.
when I am having the awareness, helping others, I'm helping myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm immediately drawn to that
Yeah.
desire.
It's easier to do something,
it's
quote
also
unquote, for
like-
others than
it's so
ourself.
easy. Yeah.
So we've got to change that. We got to get back on God's mountain with ourself, our divine mission, and our purpose. And when we're in that self, divine mission, and purpose, everything's possible all the time.
What about you?
I've got
Yeah.
work to do on my mountain.
Yes. Enjoy the mountain. Bring joy.
Yes.
Okay, so once we know that we are connected and there's different ways, so stay on your mountain in your all knowing, and know that most of the occasions we are alone with our creator.
Yeah.
And we are in this, we have to go forth and really do what our gut feeling tells us. If it's the thought that wakes us up in the middle of the night and it's so clear, exactly this is what I have to do, even if people look at you like in other ways, it's okay, it's all good. So stay in your all knowing, stay in
Yeah.
the confidence.
Yes, stay in the
Because really, in the end, whatever other people think or what they are, it's just your view of
Right,
what they think.
exactly.
And
It's
nothing
our
comes from them. It's your
interpretation.
own interpretation,
Of
perspective
everything.
of everything.
So we're just here interpreting things.
Yeah.
We're
And
just
it's
here
so
as
funny
interpreters.
because, like, if you do it like one way and you think you please this person, then someone else comes and
And
has
then
like a completely different
opposite.
view of thing.
Can
So-
never please everybody.
so
You can please yourself.
please
Please
yourself.
please.
Yes.
Please,
And
please.
Stay on your
yourself.
mountain, please yourself.
Yeah.
And in your satisfaction, people will see something. They'll see the peace of God through you.
And the
that's-
joy.
And the joy, because you're up
You're
there playing
contagious.
on your mountain in your joy, in your success, in your satisfaction. And people, that's where you can help from that position, and only that position can you really be the light of the world. So again, Jesus is coming through you, your smile, your confidence. That's what shows. That's the example we lead in. And think of the vibrational space we're each holding when we're on our mountain doing our fun thing. And then that vibrational field is just up there. And when a few of us, just a few of us, hold that vibrational space on our mountain in joy, that's when the whole world can shift. Because there'll be just that 1% that'll tilt everything into joy. So if we can each be committed to living on our own mountain in joy, and get back up there, and then going back into our dreams, right? On our own mountain with our hands on our own little steering wheel, and say, oh, well, I got the 1.5. Now I'm going to get the 3.0, version of your raise, whatever that is, of your win, of your bonus,
Or just
of your,
five.
yeah. So, right.
Or 10, or 10.
That's right. Or 150.
100.
Right. So this is the joy that we come from, is that you're there in your position to continue your dream. and we're the dreamers. Remember, that's our only job. God put us down here to do his dream.
And that
Are
really
we
raises
capable
a
of
really good point. You have to ask bigger, because imagine when you ask for a 3.0 version and you receive 1.5, like half of it, it's different outcome than if you ask for a 10.0 version and you receive the half, a 5.0.
Right.
And
So,
then you
so
still,
do you see what you learned from that?
I was
Right from
trying
the
to be
beginning.
very humble.
Right.
I know. It's trying to be realistic, what's really.
Yes. Okay.
You know, trying to
There's no
stay in
such-
that like window, being like, oh, if I say, can I get a pay raise of like 10 per hour? They'll be like, haha, that's funny. You know.
Yeah.
She's
So then
like,
you were
"Why don't I just
asking,
ask?"
considering they. Although if you were on your mountain,
well,
with your
that
creator.
comes on my mouth, that's the problem.
but receiving half of 10 or receiving half of
half
3
of the 10 will be
is
would be
completely
better.
different
That would be
outcome.
the home run. Do you see that? That would be the whole sandwich.
There will be
Okay.
marathon.
Yeah. So that's the dream that we have to
It's
come
like the
with.
thing. We ask for more, we ask for bigger,
Right.
and it's okay.
Right.
And then they, like,
Right. And have somebody sit with you that can believe for you to move to the next step. And it is a trained muscle. It really is. That's why you're here. You're young in this group and you're seeing us older people say to you, ask for the 10 next time. And we're encouraging you to do that because we've done it the other way too, just like you've done it. And so it's time for us to ask for it from God. Remember, the only one giving you the raise is God. So you can ask for the 10, right?
There are no they.
But I'm
Yeah.
working,
They, she, he, and it are God.
I'm working on myself right now because I'm
Mhm.
only charging $100 an hour for massage, medical massage.
And you just got billed $350.
And then Oscar says, well, wait a minute. That medical massage therapist guy that charges $150 an hour is sending you his clients and you're still charging $100. You should be charging what he's charging. And I was like, you're right. So I'm going through this dilemma now.
That's
I'm
right.
like,
right.
between how quickly can I raise? Exactly. Because I'm like, I'm dealing with myself here. Nobody else. Do I raise $25 now? Or do I charge, or do
Or do
I
you
raise
have a-
50 right away?
So JJ, or do you have a new client price,
Or I have a new client.
and
price.
which is 150?
Exactly.
So if you wish to be my client, that's
Yes,
the price.
it's under-
Or
and
you add a little bit more to your massage, something special you can figure out and keep everybody with 150,
oh no, they get it.
except me.
Girl, you gotta get a raise. Now you know what?
You got a raise, yeah. You asked for a higher raise so you can afford
You ask
JJ.
for a higher raise and have Josh pay for it.
And then you charge 150.
Just tell Josh, that's your Christmas present, and your birthday
That's a gift.
present, and Valentine's present.
I like it.
so we grow with each other.
It's
yes.
all good.
And JJ,
Yes.
due to inflation, we have to raise our prices.
That's exactly what's happening. No, but that's exactly already. I had a client told me to raise my prices, and he already started giving me more.
Yeah.
I
so
didn't
there you
even
go.
raise my prices, and he's paying me more, way more. I
Great.
was like, okay, great.
That's the encouragement.
But
we live
that
in.
was his encouragement. But he's very spiritually grounded, and he said, "You need to raise your prices." So he's believing in me and my work, and now it's my time to believe in myself.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So he's holding your space of faith.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Good.
That's beautiful.
And
So
it's
believe-
happening from
believe
New
as
Year's
you
on.
can.
That's my next
From New Year's
asking.
on. All right. We second that. We're going to write a whole page
I
on
am
that.
gonna
Yeah.
write
I
the whole
had a
page.
really good conversation with JJ today, also on the same topic. You always take the belief that it serves you better and that
Yes.
serves you more.
Yes.
So if someone you're on the phone with, or like you have a conversation, when they have a belief that is better than your own, take it on.
Yeah. So I'll give that little story. So my daughter had her computer stolen out of the car.
Oh no.
And I said,
Here?
really? It's a brand new computer. I just bought it in the Apple store. Well, that was $3,000 of the computers. And I said, and she's so happy about it. She goes, oh, Mom, Apple will pay for it. And I said, she says, I have Apple Care. And I said, oh, you have Apple Care. I thought Apple Care gave you instructions on how to use the computer. She says, oh, they're going to take care of it. So anyways, it was bought on Amex. And if you lose something within 90 days on Amex, they'll refund it. They'll replace it. So she got the newer version because it was right at Christmas time. She got the newer version, a better computer, it was paid for by American Express or Apple Pay or whatever. And I just went Apple Care. And I just went in with her Apple Care. She got her new computer. Sylvia was with me. We were just laughing. We're like, really? Apple Care. Okay.
Actually, I got a new cell phone like that too, because I had insurance.
Yeah,
I broke my screen. They said, no, we don't replace screens anymore. We'll send you a new one. So they sent me a brand new phone.
that's right.
Getting
So-
insurance on
Oh, yes.
Well,
$7
use your Amex card because in 90 days they'll buy if somebody steals it, they'll buy a new one. So, though you see, she put the vibration. Again, the story
But
is
it's
the
vibrational.
story is about the vibration.
It
She
is
put
vibrational.
joy into. Oh, it's all taken care of, Mom.
Yeah.
And if you can have anybody in the room who can put their hands up in the air and go, it's all going to be great. Then go, I'm believing like they are. I'll have their belief.
Yeah.
I will have their belief
Yeah.
right now. We're going to do this. Yes. So go with the happy people in the room.
I catch myself like
And
constantly
dance
in
with them.
conversations, and I'm like, and before even something comes out, the only thing I say, I love your belief. I'm taking that one.
Yeah, my husband is really great at that. He comes up with beliefs that are incredible. I look at that and I say, I've yet to see anybody on the earth receive that. Oh, I'm having that. So, and then I'm like, okay, sounds great. I'll join you on that vacation. We'll have that. And so go with the person who has a stronger, better, bigger asking than you do. Stand with them and say, I'll have the same and better. And when you can do that, it's amazing how it just shifts. And so,
Rewiring your brain.
right.
It's
So
just
whoever is
rewiring
getting
it.
more out of your group, go with them. You can take their belief on and say, I'll have a second portion of that. And so in the Bible, there are two prophets, Elijah, and when he left this earth and his garments fell, Elisha, his protege, said, I'll take the double portion of what Elijah had. I'll have twice as much. You look at that asking. So you should ask for twice as much that any of us older ladies are asking for. So
the universe
ask
is
for,
always expanding.
ask for
Right,
the
I
double. Yes,
deserve.
yes. I ask for the double portion.
Yes.
Ask for the double portion. So
After
let's
New
make
Year's.
that our New Year's resolution, everybody, that we're asking for the double portion.
Okay,
Yes.
everyone
Okay.
say,
Put it in there.
double portion.
Where are we writing? Oh,
And any asking,
Okay. We
I ask
are-
for the double portion.
And they,
and
you have not because you ask not. That's in the Bible.
Okay. And then the
Wow.
good thing is, remember that if we're responsible people and we get the whole delivery, the joy is God knows that we're going to share.
yes.
We're so happily sharing. Everybody in this group always gives to some
I've noticed
type of
that
charity.
if you earn more,
Yeah,
you give more. I've noticed
Sure.
Oscar and I, the more we're making,
Sure, you
the more
turn
we're
around-
giving, the more we're tipping. I mean, I'm watching Oscar like really like freaking.
Yeah.
I mean, he's starting off in his business. He's tipping like he's a
That's right.
millionaire.
That's right.
And no, I'm not even joking. He's like, give these girls $50 tip. I'm like, but the massage was 35. Give them 50. I'm like,
Right, right. So,
Like,
so
okay.
always
like it's like,
allow
but
out
it comes
go.
back to you.
Yes.
It does.
Outflow, inflow.
Because now you're believing yourself. You're already
Yeah.
up there. You're
Yeah,
in a different
you're-
space. You're not in
and
the
you're
counting
trusting. You're
pennies.
trusting for the double portion.
Yes.
And by the way, we have so many of
Amazing.
Oscar's elite creams now.
Girls, can you sell me some? Because I went in there, tried to order, and they were all gone.
Oh, we ordered the whole.
You
whole
ordered
truck.
the whole.
All right, so everybody on the call and everybody here, you want a big, this is so fun.
was
Okay, so
launched.
Oscar comes in the meeting and says, buy this cream. I've been using this
Seriously,
cream
it's like
for
the best
years
cream.
and they're going out of business or repackaging. So can you, I'm getting my cream and it's like
$5
$5
instead of 65 or 100
Right,
something.
it was
yeah.
$60 normally. And he said, so I'm getting this $5 cream. So Sylvie, I said, it was over. I'm like, Sylvie, let's order a bunch of that cream. We'll give it for Christmas or whatever. So we order all these $5 organic creams, right? And the savings was
3,600.
your savings today is $3,600.
Oh yeah. I went in
She
there.
put it
I'm
on the
like, it
credit
says
card, I was laughing.
closed.
Close. So we took seriously.
Next day we order.
No,
We
they
ran
got the
home
best.
and we-
You get the
somebody
best
said.
freaking stuff.
$3,000 worth of savings.
Of savings.
How many bottles of
5 times whatever.
Well, they think
I
like
got-
$5 instead of 65 or 85.
Yeah.
I
So
think I have
Bravado.
10 products.
I bought
And you
stocking
bought-
stuffers for 6 men. So they like the cream, the shaving cream and the hair
was
shampoo.
everything.
I bought 8.
You know
creams. I've got-
Christmas,
Yeah. We just bought everything.
Where was a box like this?
Yeah. It was like, So if we save $3,000,
next day.
we
It's about 50
spend
items.
whatever. Yes. So again,
So we
see,
had the eye
take,
cream.
who's
and-
willing to take your community at word and then run
You
with
guys
it?
did.
Yes.
Oscar laughed. He's like, "Oh, they ordered everything." I'm like, "They did." They closed the company.
Close the company down.
Shut it
Go
down.
in a big
But
way.
this is,
I have it on right now. I'm thinking about Oscar every night when I'm in my room.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
so-
But the thing is, like, Carissa is like so great with these kind of things. So she's like, oh, you have to put like something in every bag. So yeah, I have it.
Yeah, I say buy one for every bag we have. The Receive Joy, but you have to have cream in every bag.
So you never forget.
Always have cream with you. Put it in your
Then
glove
you
box.
have success.
Success. Good skin.
Yeah.
Put it in every corner. So yeah, we
Yeah.
ordered
So
quite
thank you,
like 6
Oscar.
each.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Welcome.
Right. So yes, we had a lot of fun with our savings. So you see, just when somebody suggests something, just go for it. Just try it.
Do you have
Just
an extra
enjoy.
shampoo there? Just throw in my Christmas bag.
You
I-
ordered one shampoo, I think. I might have a shampoo. I think we went down the list.
Yeah,
Girls, I think you bought one shampoo for me.
I
said
I
buy one.
wanted to order the
Bet you
shampoo,
did.
everything.
Well,
Bonds,
look.
everything.
Men for sure.
We've got men's shampoo.
Right after that.
Yeah.
They ordered it that night, I think, right?
The next morning.
Next morning.
The next day.
Well, next day in the evening, I went and tried to order everything.
Oh,
was
yeah,
closed.
but the next day
Shut down.
we ordered it. She was over in the afternoon, so we ordered a bunch.
It was one of like, it was gone.
But I told you, you were over at.
I know, and after that, it was gone. I went home and tried to order, it was
Yeah, that
gone.
was days later.
It was done.
So that's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
And that's what we're showing. So when you're connected to the light, you're connected. Just go in your dream it bigger, have fun with your dream.
Okay, let's just name a few ways to connect, just as a reminder. So prayer, of course.
Yeah.
So whenever you, even like Carissa has great stories, God, I will be on my knees.
Yeah,
When you
when
deliver
you
that.
deliver that, I will be on my knees praising you, because that is a big one for
And
me.
you can be on your knees whenever you like. So
Uh-huh.
prayer is talking to God. And then we have contemplative meditation, and meditation is listening to God. So I had a really amazing book over the summer that I read, and was Friendship with God. And it just reminded me of like the way we approach our Heavenly Father that we say. However, he's so much more. He's everything. So it's have a friendship, have a constant communication. So be in constant prayer. So and for me, it's like I'm a walking, talking prayer. I talk to God 24/7, even in a parking lot or in a supermarket. And I'm okay,
The
whatever.
one who's walking around talking to herself.
Yeah, whoever sees me, it's fine. I'm that lady now. It's okay. I'm over
The bag
40.
lady with the bag with the receive joy bag.
Yeah, I'm over 40 now. I can create whatever, like if I have this communication, so it's fine. That's the only thing that is important.
With her
So-
cream and books.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of cream.
So, okay, reading the Bible is a sure way to connect, because it's a word that is inspired. that
And
is
I'm going
written
to
down.
add in two favorite preachers. I have
Actually,
Les
not a Bible.
Feldick and Otis Q. Sellers. Those are my two favorite Bible study. You can go on YouTube, Les Feldick. And I also do like Graham
Andrew-
Cook,
Andrew Womack.
Andrew Womack. Andrew Womack has beautiful, he has podcasts. I mean, just in the kitchen, when you're in the kitchen, put these guys on, because they're glory minister. And Graham Cook is a wonderful. And then George Carl with a K,
And David Herzog.
and David Herzog.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, these are glory preachers. These guys believe and receive the miracles day in, day out, all the time, and they're in the glory zone. So I wish for us to live, all of us here in these miracle groups, to live in the glory zone. Live
Love
there.
That, that should be a sign.
Live
made.
there. Live in the glory
Start
zone.
making signs.
Yes. And we're here to praise and to worship and connect
We
in the
welcome
glory zone.
partnerships for that.
Yeah, it just
sign
makes
making.
life so much
Yeah.
more exciting.
Glory zone. Oscar,
From glory to
glory
glory.
zone. We live in
Yep.
glory zone.
Yeah, live in the glory zone. I also. So all these sayings, write them down and you're asking already. Okay, so we talked about community, flow with nature. So every instant you are outside, and we talked about the sun gazing and the grounding, and sitting by the ocean to receive the energy, the forest, all the animals that bring you messages around. And it's so fun because I pay a lot of more attention to the animals I'm seeing, because during the hurricane I read a book about it. And it was so fun. And it said in the book, okay, nowadays, instead of going on these quests that the young man did, and the American natives, they had these quests set out, and what animals, they were, so they went out into the wilderness, and then whatever animals they met, that gave them messages. So nowadays it's a little bit more, it's different to do this this wilderness quest. However, animals are still around us and coming to us always. So, and it says, okay, nowadays we have to do the animal cards instead. And it was so funny. So I laid my book down, and I went to my bookshelf to look for the next book to read, and I saw it says animal cards. So I got it out, and I had exactly the cards they were talking about in the book. So I looked it through, and I read all of this, and I know I always had these messages throughout my life. So for example, stepping on a bee within 1 month twice, and having like a big foot from a bee sting, because I really had to hear the message of the bee. And recently, within a week, I had twice a lizard riding on my car. On my front shield, twice. Yeah.
Hi.
So then I looked it up immediately what it meant. So pay attention to nature, what nature's telling
We
you.
did animal cards during Thanksgiving, and it was right on too.
Right. And
Yeah.
the two things that we really remember and wish to share is that all the information is inside the seed already.
Yeah.
So an apple knows how to turn, like seed goes into an apple tree, and we are with information already in us. We're a seed with all the information is in us already. It's just for us to dream and to be that nurturing soil that we sit in and put ourselves in front of a little sunshine to go in, and a little smile. So nurturing, and the information's in us, and the hypnotic rhythm exists. So the seasons are set up by God already. When we're connected to light, we realize that sun is going to do what it does because God made it that way. The moon is going to do what it does because God made it that way. The grass is going to grow because God just made it that way. And if we would just allow the truth, and if you thought of yourself out in that galaxy, those stars are just going to be flung out there in movement because God made it that way. So how come some of us think that we should try to swim upstream or against this beautiful heavenly host out there and do it our way, or worry about it, these illusions, or think twice about it? How about you just write it down, give it all to God, and let it sit on that heavenly host and become what it is to be because you asked. And that's it. And that's the hypnotic rhythm of nature, is say, gosh, whether I'm here or the opposite, is everything just going to be because it is? The trees are going to continue doing their leaf thing in the fall. They change colors because God made it that way. Let's live and understand that everything's done already. God already baked the cake. How about we just enjoy it? And then we do on our own little mountain, our own little joy, and every piece becomes a joy soup. So that's the hypnotic rhythm of nature. So when you see that in the books, that's the hypnotic rhythm of nature. It already is. Shall we just enjoy it? The lizard on your windshield, and then you can ask yourself, why is he on my windshield today? What does that mean?
Because he's for me.
Right.
Everything is for me. Every experience I ask for. Everything is an answer. Okay, so then we have joy.
Yeah, and joy is as if there's a coin, and I encourage everybody to get something with the word joy on it. I actually physically have a little coin. Barbara, who's on the call, gave it to me, and it's just a little coin that says joy, or a little metal chip. And it reminds me that every day I should take that one little metal coin with me and put it in my pocket and take joy out there with me everywhere I go. So I call joy a standalone. It lays on the table. And it's a choice for each of us to pick it up and to go out there with it, come here with it, do anything you do with it. It's a standalone.
It's also the vibration. So everything that is better than neutral, you can start with neutral, that's fine. Everything that is better, it's to be aspired to. Joy is pretty high up there already. So it's just the idea of staying away from all the opposite. And we know it exists. All the opposites will always exist. But otherwise, like we have to be, being conscious of the joy. We can only be conscious of joy when we know the other side of it.
Oh yeah.
So we know we need the negative and the positive charge of everything in order to realize what we have. So, and then we can just, like a buffet, we can just grab what serves us. And joy serves us way better than anything else, right? So laugh about it. Laugh about yourself, laugh about anything, just make it fun. Stop anything else.
And wake up tomorrow with a clearer vision of your asking, and then go forth and live that clearer vision of your asking. And we all every day get the opportunity to do this again and again and again and again. I'm more clear today. I'm going to do it this way today.
Yep.
Yeah.
More clear and clear. So then we have contribution, and we already talked about it. The more we give, the more we receive. And it's so fun to be in community and contribute to each other. So thank you, Oscar, for all the beautiful creams. What a great contribution he made.
He did. He didn't even tell me. He just went to the meeting and said everything. I'm like, I didn't know this.
Before.
Yeah.
Everyone had
Maybe
the fair
somehow
chance.
you mentioned that even here.
Yeah.
Okay. And
We're
the
just
next-
listening to
You
Oscar.
were listening. You were paying attention.
Yep.
We're
You were in that
following through.
vibration. Yeah.
we opened the front door and we got our package and we took it in.
Yes, you did. You opened the door.
Put it on.
A lot of people didn't open that door and they never received anything.
That's right.
Okay, so journaling, again, the writing down of it brings us into the better connection and keeps us there because we are playing in our dream day by day. And it's just expanding. Everything is just expanding. Living by design. So that's one of our favorite sayings. We live by design once we are monitoring our thoughts and sorting through them. We're living by design by choosing our words very carefully. We're living by design when our actions are aligned with our goals that we set. We live by design when we journal. We live by design when we use reminders. We're reminding each other here to stay in the joy. Use reminders of everything, for everything. So reminding and then being the light, of course. So everything, so you polish yourself up so much. You are a stained glass window. You are a saint. You are a stained glass window. You polish yourself that the light can shine through you. And this is a really great aspiration. So with our monitoring of the thoughts, the words, the deeds, and this is I still love it, like from when kids go to Bible camp and they always take home the stickers, the WWJD, and or they have the bands, like, so have this energy, this Christ energy to model after, and have this question even with your food. When Jesus comes into the kitchen, what does he recognize in your refrigerator, in your kitchen, that he will eat? Then it's good for you to eat. So always having this extra thought of what's the goodness behind it. What is goodness? How can I choose more goodness? Because everything else is an illusion. Everything else is a separation. Everything else is a complete separation from the light.
Yes.
So stay in goodness and choose goodness. And whenever someone comes to you with less than that, just cancel it in this moment and remind them as well that, oh, thank you, I'm passing on that. I'm staying in my belief and my dream. And it's beautiful. I love it here. I live in my own little world, and it's okay. Everyone knows me here.
I'm very busy in my own life. So practice some sayings, right? Yeah. Practice some sayings that you can hand back to people when they're inviting you over, or they're saying, oh, you really should, da, 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 da. Just say, oh, I'm very happily busy in my own life. I have the hands on my own steering wheel, and right now this is feeling great. So live by design, and then be willing to redesign yourself, your space, your life, your actions. Go back into your own actions from the day before. Yes. So we do have the Connect to the Light meditation. Everyone remember this. And it's, we did that for the book to program ourselves over and over. And it's important for us to program. So if you're new or you have yet to do the work, because it is a little bit of work, get the CDs and you have to listen to them 30 times.
They're amazing.
Each
They're
one.
so
I
worth
still
it.
have to listen to them
Do you listen?
because it's this
Yeah,
reminder
yeah.
that life is
I
good.
do the
We
same
are
thing with her.
grand. God loves us. I am the light. Just
And
you know,
they're also available as downloads.
Yeah.
It's neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah,
It's
and
free.
you
You're
still can
literally
buy online or at
reprogramming
Walmart. You can buy little players, little DVD, and
Or
at
in the
Best
car.
Buy and all that have DVD players and CD players.
So the
I carry
fun-
them around. They're tiny little.
The fun of this is also this meditation is like a faster pace. So it's zero laying down and drifting away. It's really imprinting. Bam, bam, bam. Next. And then there's a track with the exercise of the grand doors of my life. So you can create the new room. And we had like a whole Miracle Group meeting about where we went around. What is your new room? What does it look like?
Yeah.
So that was
we
beautiful. And
have
then we
the
have the
asking,
prayer.
yeah,
So
the
let's read
asking
the
your
prayer.
sleep. Meditation is slow where you lay down, and this is an imprinting. This is, I am good. I am happy. Life is good. It's flowing wonderfully. You can do this. Okay. It's the self-talk.
And it
Because
also
we do the
imprints
opposite all day long.
everything about connecting what we have here in the book. We wrote like other affirmations for that. And
Yeah. So then our prayer, dear Father God.
okay, that's
Should we close with
Yeah.
it? So bow our heads. And dear Father God, in the name of Jesus, you are the light of my life. I am connected to you. I welcome you into my heart, and I ask for your guidance. Enlighten me, align my will with your will, and keep me in your righteous arena. Amen.
go ahead.
Okay. So I do understand that my all-knowing comes from you, God. I listen to this higher knowing and I act on it. Bless me and help me to keep my eyes focused on you. Stay with me all the days of my life. I know I am worthy of your love. Remind me that I have enough courage. Let me go forth in faith, confidence, and praise. Polish me so that my heart is like a clear window, so that your light can shine through me out into this world. Let me be your light to everyone I see before me. I am allowing your light to show through me into every possibility throughout my day. God, you have blessed me. Joy is mine forevermore. I rejoice in you, Jesus, with love and gratitude and happiness, your loving child.
Amen. And we recorded Carissa's voice in front of the ocean in Naples. So it's on the track, one track of that. So you can listen to
that's
that.
not a new one. It's the same one we're talking about.
Yeah, it's the
we-
same.
Well, we have now four different CDs total.
This is not the new one.
Well, have you listened to this one? Try them.
No,
Everybody try
yeah.
them. The thing is,
I don't know what
it is the motivation. So I gained, Sylvie's got them. I've gained the confidence that I have because I chose. I was going to say forced. Yes, I did the tenacity. I did the work. It played every single day when I woke up, when I went to bed. And I did this prior to even teaching and gathering this miracle group together 10 years ago. I did it. I lived it for 6 months. I always had this positive input so that we can come in the light of Christ in front of you. And it does make a complete difference when you're totally imprinted. Your tongue changes. And I know for some of us, it's new, this whole catching yourself and watching and saying every word. I have to watch every word. And the truth is, if you're going to be creating, it has to be with a great intent, with a beautiful word. Otherwise, you're a leaf blower and you're just moving energy around. We call it a step one experience. You're just blowing energy around. And that's wonderful because we like to fluff up energy, though creation is a step 2 and step 3 experience. So step 2 experience is when we're kind of creating the $1.50. Step 3 is when you create the $10. more than you even asked. And knowing it's coming before the next meeting, which you guys, you see, you're getting to that step 2.5 experience, right? To get to the step 3 where it's constant.
And it's so fun. It's like everything happened today. So, better show up to the Miracle Group meeting with a miracle.
Yeah. And so the accountability is important in human consciousness. So that's why we have a group. That's why there is community. It does help. Accountability is a good thing. Have an accountability partner, hire an accountability partner. Hire a coach, whatever it is. The idea is accountability, we've proven, works. That you can come and forth and say and state that, yes, I did it. I did the work. I filled in my journal daily. I went back in. So I went on vacation, talk about vacationers, and I gave myself a leg up because every day I filled in additional things in some pages, right? So now I can go in with a different color ink. And so there's something already written in most pages of my book for the next, this is prior to me even getting to the day, I've already started asking throughout the whole book. And see, that's a lot of asking before. I've only been in this book 5 days and it's already looks almost like it's a full book. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So I pre-ask before I have my daily journal.
And I put pictures.
That's what I need to do for my
right.
Say 100 words.
That's right. Just glue in pictures.
So I had the same for
yes.
So I always like whatever I find, I tape in already with the next empty page or like on the day.
Yeah.
So Christmas, yes. And so
and it's our year of finance coming up in 2023. So I encourage you again, start your new inspiration notebooks. Everybody should have a brand new one for 2023. And it should already, all your targets should be begun, filled out. So that means something in every bullseye and around it. And your annual goals should be filled in already, your whole page. And your monthly goals for January should be already.
And we recorded a little like introduction for that.
Yeah, we did it
just
together.
Recently for the 2023 filling in the inspiration notebook, and that will be on YouTube this week.
Yeah. So I encourage.
I will send you the link.
Yeah, and if anybody's ready for their, so we have 2 journals again. The daily asking journal, that is for, you should have 3 of these a year filled in, and that's for the day. And the annual one is your second book with the star in front of it. It's the inspiration notebook, and that inspiration notebook is the annual target book. And again, because we're professional askers, we do things in advance. We're prepared. And that's why we're filling it in prior to January 1st. Okay. And I'm holding everybody in this group, especially if you're in advance, to start journaling. So do book yourself for an hour at a time, a couple hours prior to January 1st, and get 1 color pen out and start penning your year prior to the year opening. Okay. Again, the universe loves organization, and it loves when we talk about asking organization, that we're already looking for that next sandwich. Bring it on. And the
so
fillings
next year
and all.
bonuses can be all written in
already.
Yeah.
Yes. So start thinking of what you're desiring in advance for the whole year. Yes, all your raises, your bonus, your wins. Put down, your askings. Dream the time off you're having, where you're going with it, how you're spending it. All your bonus time and your money. Yeah. So it's just the dream. It's that we're playing in our dream continually. And so step 1, connect to the light, is that we are connected, and now we can do something with that connection and receive. So please do, if you're yet to have a new inspiration notebook, do have one so that we're ready for 2023. We can mail them out. If anybody is yet to receive one, happy to do that. We just ordered some and got them. So I tell you, it's the most great joy that you can start the year already with a vision. It's so helpful that you showed up for yourself for a couple extra hours. And you're like, wow. And yeah, I love it every day when I read, oh, what am I asking? What have I pre-asked for today? What was my pre-order at the deli counter?
And you guys are so appreciated. I even get like messages today. I got a message that from one of the mastermind group girls. She said, "Hi, love. What is a way I can edit the word effortless?" And I said, easy, in the flow, right?
Yep.
And I said, I said, look at the book that's
Tongue.
Blessed by the Tongue. She said, I have it. I will check it out. She goes, I said, but I'm always here for you if you ever need. And whenever you like to, any answered questions are there. So, but she also wrote that her life has, in such a short time, has changed so much because she's doing her work every day.
Yeah.
And
love
I
people who
truly
show up
feel
for
blessed in
themselves.
such a short amount of time. She said, reflecting on my miracles created every day brings me so much, that's bringing so much into my life. So she's just wrote me this whole thing. And you know, you don't realize, but
That
it's
was forward to
so
encourage
many
us.
things that people say back, and you don't realize how much we're changing each other's lives just for them showing up and taking control of their own lives, making them better.
Living by design. What a
Yes,
pleasure.
I just had this huge realization. of blowing up.
I saw your mind.
Let's let everybody go so they can go on with their day.
Thank you for
Okay.
being with us.
We love you all. God bless you. Till we meet
Thank
again.
you. Thank you for smiling at us.